Everything is magical in 3D reality. The unwanted and the wanted, the good and the bad, the mundane and the exciting, because it's all spirit. Live in the now. Set your intention for sure. Become like children. This is what Matthew 18:3 says. Every moment of now is the opportunity to be a new version of yourself. Today, on Be Something Wonderful, how to loosen your grip on the 3D world and master your reality. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I heard from a longtime subscriber who said, Tom, I'm backdating my SP, specific person, and I'm taking it one day at a time. Yet I still can't let go of unwanted details. And I can still see in my reality his old self. And it just bothers me that I created the unwanted. And I was wondering if you could unpack that. Well, guys, we're going to unpack this today and more. Here's what I want to say. Certainly, you created your reality, but whether it's wanted or unwanted is a judgment. Hear this, right? You create your own reality, whether it's positive or negative, or wanted or unwanted, is a judgment. You create it all. And so that's the first thing I want to say. Secondly, you're not seeing his old self. You're seeing your old self. This is big, right? You're not seeing the old him. You're seeing the old you, right? You've got to move to that new version of yourself and persist in that. What you're doing is you're returning to the old version of yourself and you're seeing the old version of him. When you move, he moves. This is big. Let's unpack this some more. So there's a great quote in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and I want to read this to you and unpack this a bit because it's so powerful. I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then. So on the surface, this just sounds like a cliche, right? It sounds like a surface cliche. Oh yeah, don't dwell on the past, right? So much has happened. I'm not going to go back to the past. I'm not going to dwell on the past. But it's so much bigger than that. Hear this. I'm going to read it again, then we're going to unpack it. I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then. What's the deeper meaning here? Here's the deeper meaning. Alice, right? Her last adventures in the last 24 hours when she said this. The past 24 hours, this is what she's really saying. The past 24 hours have changed me so much that it's as if the earlier past adventures didn't even happen to me at all, but to another version of myself. She doesn't say this. I'm interpreting the deeper meaning here. Hear this. In the past 24 hours, the moment of now, right? Because that's the only moment there is. We know now that past, present, and future is an illusion, and it's all happening now. That these past 24 hours, these new beliefs, these new thoughts, these new adventures have changed me so much that it is as if the earlier past adventures didn't even happen to me. That earlier me wasn't even me. It was another version, and that's what happens. That's the power and the magic of right now. When you throw new pebbles of thoughts and beliefs in that lake of the present moment, you change the past. When you become a new version of yourself, you also become a new version of yourself in the past. So that other version is just a different version. Right? It's like it didn't even happen. That's what Alice was saying there, right? This is huge. You literally change the past and the now by loosening your grip on the 3D world. So what I got to say there to you is that it's you that in the current moment, you're still holding on to that old version of yourself. Let that go. Loosen your grip. Let that fall aside. And when you're in that new version with those new thoughts and new beliefs, you change the past. Those old behaviors no longer exist. Why? Because you're in a new version of yourself. And that means your SP is a new version. Right here, it's not about changing him or trying to get rid of things, right? You can't get rid of anything, right? Remember, it's infinity. It contains all that is. Where would you put it? You can't get rid of anything. It's about embracing it and moving to the new you. That changes everything. This is the message in Alice in Wonderland. This is powerful. Let's really unpack this some more. So it's about loosening up. Loosen your death grip on the 3D world. It's about being lighter about everything, right? The 3D world's fluid, and it's changing in each moment as you change, as you think a different thought. It's fluid, it's changing, right? There is nothing ordinary, commonplace, or uneventful in the 3D world. There's not even that you're dwelling on that old him because you're dwelling on the old you, right? Everything is spirit, everything is spiritual, everything is extraordinary. Hear this, right? A lot of times you want to get from here to there. You want to get to the there where he doesn't have those old behaviors. But it's not about getting from here to there. It's about being in the now, being a new version of yourself in the now. When you do that, you not only change now, you not only change the future, but you change the past. You are now a new version in the past. You're a new version of yourself in the present that has a new version of yourself in the past with a new past, right? So it's not about going anywhere, right? Ascending in consciousness and awareness of who you really are while enjoying the hell out of physical reality, right? That's what ascension means. Ascension is rising in consciousness, rising into that new you, right? With new thoughts and new beliefs and the awareness of who you really are while you enjoy the hell out of physical reality. Enjoy physical reality. You're here to mix it up. That's why your soul came here. I told you this, right? That's why you incarnated in your physical body, to mix it up, to have fun, to create. You're creating reality for sure, but whether it's wanted or unwanted, good or bad, positive or negative, is a judgment. And that judgment comes right now through that version of yourself right now, in the now. And when you make a positive judgment, when you look at it as wanted, it must be wanted. 3D reality must yield to that new version of you. This is big. Stop trying to escape or get rid of stuff. Unwanted parts of the 3D experience. It's all good. It's all infinity. There's nowhere to put it. It's all that is. It all exists. Creation's finished. You can't stuff it away. All that is. There's nowhere to put anything, right? You can't get rid of anything. Trying just keeps it real in your experience. You're just keeping it real. You're holding on to that old you. There's nowhere to put anything in all that is, right? There's nowhere to put it. Right? Lighten up, let go. When you do, you automatically rise in frequency and vibration. That's what it means to ascend. You rise when you let go, when you lighten up, when you're carefree. That's where all your desires are. Right? You see more of that 99.9999% of who you really are when you lighten up, when you get carefree, when you get into that new version of yourself, right? Your soul came here to mix it up, right? Consider this. Everything is magical in 3D reality. The unwanted and the wanted, the good and the bad, the mundane and the exciting, because it's all spirit. It must be magical. It's all spirit. There's nothing ordinary. That 0.00001%, it might as well be 100%, right? Everything is a miracle. That 0.0001% of physicality is only so you can have a physical experience. If you didn't have the 0.001%, it would just be nothing. It would be energy. So everything's a miracle. Hear this, right? Live in the unpredictable future, right? You're trying to predict. I want to predict what I'm going to see today. I want to predict what he will be like. Instead, live in the now. Set your intention for sure. But live in the now, right? If you're going to expect anything, this is what Dr. Joe Dispenza says, expect the unexpected. I love that, right? He says surrender, trust, and let go of how a desired event will unfold, right? You're trying to figure it out, how it's all going to play out. Instead, let it unfold. That's the surprise. Allow surprises in your life, right? Remember, we're all that is, right? We are infinity. But we came here with amnesia so we could have surprises. Otherwise, if we remembered who we really are, nothing would be a surprise. Why? Because we're infinity. We're all that is. We know everything. We're all knowing, we're all powerful, and we're everywhere. That's why we have the amnesia. That's why we're here to mix it up, right? Your soul or higher self loves the game in the 3D world. Remember we talked about the game yesterday. Experiencing surprises as the 3D reality unfolds. Frolic in the not knowing. Frolic in what you call the unwanted, right? Because it's not really unwanted. It's your judgment that it is. Frolicking over it. Become like children. This is what Matthew 18:3 says in Scripture. Become like children. That's why Jesus said that, become like children, right? Children see surprises. They create. They create their own reality. They create their surprises, right? Live as if nothing is ordinary, because it isn't. Because nothing is ordinary. Everything is magical, right? This is big. Loosen your death grip on the 3D reality by diving in with both feet, right? And it's not like, oh, the water's a little cold. Go in, but both feet. See the magic and miracle in every outcome and experience. Love the world, and it will love you back. Love the world and it will love you back, right? Don't reject any part of who you are or your experience. When you do, you're rejecting part of infinity. It's impossible. Infinity is all there is. There's nowhere for it to go. It can only return to you. That rejected can only return to you. Hear this, right? When you try to get rid of things, when you try to run away from them, they run after you. Why do they run after you? Because there's nowhere for it to go. So just love it, embrace it, hug it, and then let it go and put your focus, put your attention on what you want, right? Here's the old you, right? And here's the new you, and then here's the highest, most magnificent version of you. You're everything. Hear this, the old you, the new you, and the highest, most magnificent version of you. That's divine. That's all there is. That's God, right? This is big. This one belief will make you a master of your reality. What is it? The past has nothing to do with and is not the cause of your present experience. Hear this. The past has nothing to do with and is not the cause of your present experience. It's only your thinking and dragging that past into the present that makes it feel like it's the cause, right? You create a new past in this very moment by being a new version of yourself. When you create a new version of yourself in the present, you create a new version of yourself in the past with a whole new past, a whole new history, and a new future, right? All the knowledge, wisdom, experience is there ever was, is, or ever be is right now. And where is it? It's within you. This is why I had this quote from Scripture yesterday, but think about it. It really makes sense. All the wisdom, knowledge, and experience there ever is, was, or ever be is here right now within you. That's the riches that the ancients were talking about. Oh, the depth of the riches, both the wisdom and knowledge of God. Why? Because it's everything. Past, present, and future, it's all within you. That's the unfathomable and unspeakable depth, power of the present now. That's what the ancients were talking about, the present moment, right? It's unfathomable, it's so deep, it's unspeakable, it's amazing, right? So let's hit this some more. Now, you don't even have to debunk linear time because you have a deep knowing that you contain all time within you. Remember, we debunked linear time, but now you don't even have to debunk it. You know it doesn't exist. You know that all time is within you. That's what they mean by being in the zone or peak experiences, right? When you're in the zone or have a peak experience, like in sports or anything you're doing, painting, whatever it is, whatever creative endeavor, that's what they're talking about. But you can have that every day of your life. In every moment, you can have that peak experience being in the zone. Nothing is more important or more powerful than right now. Hear this, right? Transfer all your energy and your focus into the now, right? Here's now, here you are, right? But a lot of our energy gets spent on the past, dragging that forward, the illusionary past, or worrying about the illusionary future, right? Regretting or focusing on the past or worrying about or have anxiety about the future. Take all that energy and put it right now into the now moment. When you do, you are creating, you have the power, the awesome power of all the wisdom and knowledge of the universe flowing through you. Source is now flowing through you. That's powerful. When you stand in the present moment, you summon source energy and the power and wisdom of all time through you and into the now. Hear this. Wow! The power of source summoned through you, right? There's no waiting, there's no hoping, there's no wanting, right? You don't have to because you're in the now. You've got source energy flowing through you, right? Stop denying and rejecting the present. That's where all your power is. You're rejecting source, right? You're rejecting source energy. There is no continuity of time. It goes from past, present, and future. There is no time. It's just now. That's a bogus belief. Every moment of now is the opportunity to be a new version of yourself. All alternative and infinitive selves and realities exist right now. We've talked about this, but never the way we're talking about it today. This is big. So get rid of the death grip. It's about light touch, right? Focus and intention is not effort. It's stillness. It's precision. Think about like a magnifying glass. When I was young, we used to get magnifying glass and then get a leaf, like a dried up leaf, because I come from Boston, so we had the leaves falling from the trees, right, in the autumn. And you take a magnifying glass, and with the sun, with that autumn sun, it would go through that magnifying glass as you steadied it on the leaf, and it would burn the leaf. That's the power of focus. But if you keep moving the magnifying glass all around, the sun can't focus through it. You can't burn the leaf. Hold still. It's precision. It's not effort. It's effortless doing this. You can burn a leaf. It's effortless. The power of source is flowing through you. That's the same thing as the sun going through that magnifying glass and burning that leaf. That's what's happening when you stay in the now, right? We debunked linear time. It's not as linear progression from past to future. It's a lake. It's a lake of now. And when you throw new beliefs and new thoughts into that lake, you create ripples of past, present, and future, ripples of events that are all happening right now. All of that's your past. All of that's your future. All of that's your present. It's happening right now. When you throw a pebble in, a new past, a new present, a new future. All of those create all those new ripples create all new events. And all those events are happening right now. Not in the past, not in the present, not in the future, but happening right now in the moment, right? In the present moment, right? That's big, guys. That's big. You loosen your death grip on the 3D world by thinking new, fresh thoughts and beliefs. That's how you loosen your grip. It's not about controlling thoughts. It's not about getting rid of any thoughts. Where would you put them? Right? We're infinity. It's just thinking new, fresh thoughts right now in the now moment as that new version. Those new thoughts and beliefs dropped into the lake of infinity not only change the present and future, but change the past. We just talked about that, dropping it into that lake of infinity, right? In that now, right? In that now moment, you occupy a new reality, a new state of consciousness, and become a new version of yourself. That's how to loosen your grip on the 3D world and master your reality. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. Hit us up on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, our website at tomkearin.com, at BeSomethingWonderful.com, or write me anytime at info@BeSomethingWonderful.com. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, with great love, this is Tom. See you soon.